Thanks for staying with us on this segment. We'll be talking about the safety of lives and properties during the yuletide season. Joining us on the show is the Police Public Relations Officer, CSP Olumuyiwa Adejobi. He'll be sharing some salient security tips around yuletide, new ways of or approaches by which criminality-minded persons are using to defraud, kidnap, and rob unsuspecting Nigerians. Welcome with us, CSP Olumuyiwa. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Good morning. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the show. So
Yes.
the holidays are here. Many people are traveling, and road work has been ongoing for a while. We're happy that the Lagos Ibadan, for example, has been cleared. We hear that the Niger Bridge, second Niger Bridge, has also been opened. So generally across the country, it looks like some major roads have been opened, but there are still criminal elements that take advantage of some of the traffic into various towns. What are some of the tips you'd like to give us to stop or reduce these being victims of these criminal elements?
Well, I bring warm tidings from the Office of the Inspector General of Police from Lucede House in Abuja to all Nigerians and residents of this country. I want to share with us some security tips that we might likely need at this yuletide period. Most of us that we travel from one point to another, we need to take note of certain things, particularly some of us that are on the way that we drive, and some of us are commuters. There are so many things we need to take into consideration. This time around, we know that people have come back from diaspora, from abroad. They want to come to Nigeria to come and enjoy the beautiful things we have in this country. So we'll be traveling from one point to another, particularly most of our cities that have airports. People land, they want to move from airports to various locations in the north, in the south, in the south, in the central. We need to be very, very careful. Like I always say, when you want to drive, don't drink. That's number one thing. You want to be a good driver. Don't drink so that you can have 100% concentration. If that one is gone, every other thing will be normal. If you are not drunk and as a driver you are looking at a crowd at a distance, you'll be able to reason on time that who are these people on the road? Are they police? Are they Nigerian? Are they soldiers? Are they armed robbers? You'll be able to conclude on time because your mental alertness is perfect. So when you want to drive, don't drink. When you get to your home, you can drink. You get to club, you can drink. Whatever you want to do, you can do. And when you drive, watch your speed, not your time. Watch your speed, not your time. It's not that you're watching your time, oh, the next 5 minutes I have to be there. That will danger you to overspeed. And I see generally now in Nigeria that the statistics I have is showing to me that we have more high mortality rates connected to road crashes. Not even insecurity this time around. On daily basis, we record fatal accident cases that are worrisome to me as a person and worrisome to us in the Nigerian police force as a responsible security institution. So we want people to take note of this. When you want to drive, don't drink. When you want to drink, don't drive. And when you drive, watch your speed, but not your time. And of course, when you are moving on the road, we have tried our best to talk to commissioners of police and supervisory IGs to register most of our security, let me say checkpoint or observation point, so that when Nigerians approach any point, they will easily notice that these are genuine police officers, these are genuine Nigerian Army soldiers, these are genuine NDLA officials, these are genuine road safety officials that are on the road and doing their genuine works. So we try to make sure that we register and we have approved observation points, approved stop and start points across the country, as directed by the IGP, that all commissioners of police must take note of this. We don't want to hear our men are on the road on mufti, and that is why we thought or we think they are not policemen and we are confused, or policemen that are not properly dressed. And that's why the message is still going out now. Another statement will still go out that every policeman that want to be on the road to flag down any vehicle, any Nigerian, must dress properly. We don't want to see T-shirts. We don't want to see a crested shirt, hawk, thunder, snake. So we want Nigerians to know that these are genuine points so that they will not be confused when they see our men on the road. And please avoid night movement. Avoid night movement. Anywhere you are, when it is 6:30, just park look for one good hotel to stay. And of course, don't go to hotel. Oh. I'm saying you should look for a good hotel
Okay.
to stay.
Let me get a few more
Don't go
questions
to
in
this
for you.
hotel where they spend 1 hour, 2 hour. Please go ahead.
Okay, so for me, my question is, our country, as we know, we are going through serious security challenges. And we've always had, during the festive seasons, our family members who live in various states traveling back home. And for those who live abroad, coming home. But there are so many people that are afraid. So the usual sentiments of be careful, be careful. I would like to hear the police say to Nigerians, home and abroad, that we are doing our best to keep you safe, to make sure that you can still come home and enjoy with your family, even though there are issues here and there. That is what I would like, a positive message to say the police is putting this and this in place to ensure that we can still celebrate Christmas with our families, no matter where we are, we can still come back home.
Well, if you got my message clearly there, I use a tone to kill two birds. While telling them that they should be careful, I think I mentioned that we're having men at various points along our highways across the country, and that we have put measures in place for us to make sure our men are easily identified by any motorist.
Okay.
So it's to show that we have done deployments along highways. But I'm telling them to know things they should know in case they get to any point. If they see police, the so-called policemen or mufti, they should ask questions. If they're actually policemen, I'm just trying to let them know that we have even put measures in place while we are deploying our men across length and breadth of Nigeria. We want Nigerians to know again that we have put these measures on ground. For every policeman to come on the road, the authority you have as a policeman, the authority you have as a road safety official, the authority you have as a soldier, the authority you have as NDLA official to stand on the road and flag down Nigerians, and you want them to obey you, is that you must be an unidentified operative, security operative, who has dressed according to the provisions of the address code, and it varies.
So I have a lot of questions for you, so I don't want us to repeat that. Let me tell the other ladies, because we have so many questions for you, and we have a little time. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you were saying that if it's late, if we shouldn't drive at night, and if we are caught at night, we should park and stay at a hotel. Sometimes the traffic, you will be in traffic, night will meet you there. Morning will almost meet you there. What do you do inside the traffic? There's no hotel on Third Mainland Bridge, for instance.
Well, we noticed that there are some towns that are synonymous with traffic. For instance, Lagos. So within Lagos, the IGP has told CP Lagos, that is within Lagos, I'm saying now, before I go to across the country, to deploy, because we hear and we read cases of traffic robbery here and there, and it's not a new thing anyways. It has always been like that in Lagos. So the IGP has advised and commanded the CP Lagos to see how they can deploy the plainclothesmen and to use more bikes, because it's not going to be reasonable if we deploy patrol vans to go and monitor traffic. How does he want to ply the road too? Because it's going to be in the gridlock. So I think they have designed means of curtailing that in Lagos. And on most of our highways, that when we get to some places, bad portions, obstructions, most times you see that these heavy trucks, they fall and block the expressway, and they cause untold hardship, unnecessary gridlock. What we have told the IGP just had a meeting with commissioners of police, AIGs and above, on I think last Thursday or Wednesday, where he made it clear to them that anywhere you think we need to be proactive this time around, anywhere you notice there's heavy traffic, let your tactical commanders deploy their men to that place. He had a meeting with commanders PMF. He had a meeting with Commander CT, that's counter-terrorism unit. He had a meeting with the EOD and even border patrols, because we need to consider our border areas now. And with this, we think we have done what we should at the force headquarters. We continue to keep a tab on some of these deployments we do, to have proper monitoring. And let me quickly say again that on the waterways, because we are all talking of traffic, we are not considering the waterways now. It's because we have taken note that we need to fortify our waterways. That's why the IGP, with the approval of the president, quickly procured some gunboats to add to what we have. We're having almost 30 gunboats now on our waterways across the country, particularly where we have riverine areas. And we have deployed them accordingly to assist, because we have noticed that sometimes these bad elements will come in from the riverine to come to the inland to come and cause trouble. We have taken note of this, and we are releasing our choppers too to give support. We know it's expensive to fly now, but it's a thing we must do. We have taken the bull by the horn to make sure we do everything possible to enjoy this yuletide period. So the IGP has engaged the AIG, Air Wing, and other pilots to see what we can do. We have our drones that will assist them. We are doing that. Anywhere, we have told our CPs, anywhere they have issues of security challenges that will warrant us to give them air support, they should please contact us on time. So we want Nigerians to know that we have done this deployment. And you know we cannot have 100% perfection in everything we do. Even when God wanted to create man, there was no 100% perfection. That's why we don't have the same cranial capacity as human beings.
All right, so let me get a few more questions in for you, sir. Go ahead, Nima.
So I'm hearing, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Compliments of the season, sir. I'm hearing, deployments and deployments at this time, and I'm concerned about the welfare of the officers who will be away from families and securing our roads. What provisions is the IG making, for instance, to ensure that they're also celebrating and that, they are not overworked, there are no burnouts at work? Because some of the videos that trended in the past, I excuse them based on burnout. So if somebody is visiting the Harmattan, for instance, takes it out on a road user or another citizen because he's in uniform. Are you doing anything as regards their welfare to prevent all of these past experiences?
Well, the word welfare here is a relative term, but I want to believe that let us come to this context of this discussion, because welfare is a very broad thing that we cannot, even if we have 3 hours on this program,
let's restrict it to the celebration,
the
Christmas
problem of
season.
welfare.
Let's restrict it to this season.
That's what I'm trying to do now. So now that we have, the salary is welfare, emolument is welfare, allowance is welfare. But for special duties, we have allowances for special duties. And one good news now is the IGP has been able to get a huge amount of money for special duty allowances alone. And I'm sure the AIG budget, the new AIG budget now, Mohammed Ishaku CP is working with the AIG. They have a meeting yesterday to see what we can do for our men that will leave other states or other zones to go and assist their colleagues in other states. These are the ones that might. These are the ones.
What about scheduling so that they don't overwork? Maybe a few hours and then the shift takes turns.
So every special duty we have shifting. If you are visiting police officer to a state, you have your own schedule. What your commander will agree with that CP. Because we are moving some officers from one state to another, from one squadron, particularly PMF, to go and help in some other areas, based on the request of these CPs. There are some CPs that have written to the IGP that they want additional men for social reason and also reason. So these men, once you are moved from one state to another, you are entitled to your allowance. And this is what the IGP has been doing. But if you are in your state, you are working in Ondo, you are working in Zamfara, and your CP has declared you to work in Zamfara, I don't think we are going to give any special duty allowance to anybody there. But if you are moving from one state to another, we have what we call DTA, digital allowances. These allowances are for you, and you are going to get your allowances as and when due. But people now, let me clarify it, so they will be calling PROs, or they will be saying another one blogger will come tomorrow that the IGP is winning them. No. If you are within your state and you have been deployed within your state, there's no allowance for you for that duty.
All right.
If somebody has moved from one state to another, they're entitled to allowances. Let me clarify it now.
Let me go on a break. When I come back, we'll continue with our conversation with you. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us. We still have CSP Olumuyiwa Adejobi with us, calling from Abuja. Sir, I would like to create a few scenarios because Nigerians usually understand their realities. So let's just put this picture in place. There's a car with 4 young men hanging out, and then they're stopped by a police officer who is in a uniform, but he has about 3 or 4 others who are not in uniform around him. So these are also police officers, but they're not dressed in uniform. He's the only one who is dressed in uniform. Now he's seeing them and he's approaching them. He's afraid because he feels that, okay, this is only one police. I'm not sure. I don't understand what's going on here because these are not uniform policemen. And then he refuses to stop. Or even when he stops, he's only so ready to leave. and he doesn't want to listen to the policeman because he feels a bit fearful. In that case, what do you think he should do, or what would you advise the police to do in that situation?
Well, when you get to a point in a team, you must have 1 or 2 officers that are easily identifiable.
Okay.
If you get to a team, if others are on shirts, crested shirts, at least you have 1 or 2 that are on normal uniform. They are police. Definitely, they will be policemen. What we don't want is where all of them will just be on mufti or just t-shirt and face cap and be like touts on the road. We don't want
So
that.
if we see that,
And
do
I
we
want
stop
to
or
say
move on, Mr.
that at every point,
Let's take it small by small. If I see all of them and they're telling me they have that thing they hold, the button they hold, and they're trying to stop me and they're all in mufti, can I just drive through?
well, I think at every point we should have police vehicle, marked vehicle at every point. Any point on the highway you get to, and you don't have police vehicle, marked vehicle parked.
I can't hear it. Slow now. I can't hear you.
And the men are on mufti. And the men are on mufti.
I heard you.
I think we need to be very, very careful here. Can you hear that?
We're having difficulty hearing you, sir. Maybe our viewers can hear you, but go ahead, please.
What I'm trying to say.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say is when you get to a point, you see policemen, all of them on mufti,
right,
and there's no vehicle, police marked vehicle,
yeah,
to show that these are policemen. I don't advise us to wait for them.
Okay.
It might be dangerous.
Okay.
But what we have now is our men that are going out must properly dress, okay, must go to that point with at least a marked vehicle. There's no urgency in it that I want to go to the road and you don't have a vehicle. They must be marked. Either you're going to see Divisional Police Headquarters, Uromi, Edo State, or Edo State Police Command, or Zamfara Police Command, Operation Adinkai, so area, Operation Adindaji. You are going to see clearly that these are marked vehicles, and for them to be on that road, they must go with that marked vehicle to the road. Okay. For people to know that this is a genuine police point or any security operative, go and check it. Any security operative that's going to stand on the highway, the authority you have to stand on the highway and stop Nigerians is the authority of being on uniform or being a security operative that has the paraphernalia on him at that point in time. If I wear mufti with face cap and I go to the road, people will not stop for me. They may not honor me when I find them down.
We have a lot of questions. So let me throw a few more questions. You've answered that question. Go ahead, Wike, please.
Are checkpoints still illegal?
No. They are legal.
They are legal now.
But what, you know, let me clarify this. We are having almost four concepts when you are talking about roadblock. We have what we call observation points. These are observation points, the vehicle will park. The men will sit somewhere in the vehicle and open their doors. They are observing. This is one. Two, we have what we call the checkpoints, stop and search points. Stop and search point is they are going to be on the road. They will stop the vehicles, check the occupants for possible recovery of any incriminating items. That is one. The checkpoint two is similar to observation point. The men will stand. They watch. They may not flag down any vehicle. If they think they want to flag down any vehicle, they can approach the road, flag down, take that vehicle off the road, question the occupants or the driver. Then we have the fourth one is what we call roadblock. Roadblock is what we don't like, and we discourage our officers mounting roadblock. Okay. Roadblock is zigzag form. You are going to see log of wood. You are going to see drums.
Right.
You must move zigzag when you get to what we call roadblock. And roadblock in Nigeria today are reduced. You cannot see a roadblock on the highway without the approval of the governor of that state and the IGP, and by extension, the commissioner of police in that state must be aware of that roadblock. So these are the 4 terms that we use interchangeably and causing confusion.
All right, CSP, let me throw in a question because a lot of parents watch. You have a question?
Yes, okay, please. CSP, I would like to understand, you know, some of the things we hear, especially young drivers, especially our young and male Nigerian drivers, they always tend to have a lot of clash with the police. And one of the things is this checking their laptops and their phones. Please, could you tell us here on TV right now if it is acceptable to be stopped and immediately asked to search your laptop and your phone? And in a situation when that is done, what that driver is meant to do?
We have said this on several occasions. We have made official statements to that effect. That is illegal. And I'm sure you know that an officer has been dismissed because of that. Checking of phones, checking of laptops. It is not proper. It is unprofessional. You can't stop anybody, any Nigerian or anybody whatsoever, and you start searching his phone on the road. No. You can only have access and break the principle of privacy into anybody's gadgets when there's a case on ground, you are investigating, and that gadget is subject to investigation, and it must have been marked exhibit. You can only have access to people's phones, gadgets, laptops, when those items are marked exhibits in a case under investigation, not on the road. You can't tell me you are investigating a case on the road. No, it's unprofessional, it's bad. And Nigerians, we have engaged them. You see that on social media everywhere. I've told them, and we have shared numbers of PROs across the country. We have shared numbers of DPOs.
Hello? CSP, are you there? You gotta be there. Hello, sir. Oh, yikes, we've lost him. I really wanted to ask a question. I just hope I can get him back quickly. Because many parents are worried, especially for the nightclubs. You know, your kids are back home from abroad, they're hanging out with their friends and go to nightclubs, and then you hear that they've rallied some kids up and they will take them to police station. I need to know exactly on what basis will the police come to a nightclub to arrest people. What can a young child see, or a teenager or a young adult see to know that there's danger here, let me leave here, the police might be here. You know, these are the tips that we need. Road tips are great, but there's some tips that we need within parties, when you go to clubs, when you're hanging out, public places. These are some of the information we need from CSP, and I hope we can reconnect with him because the show is almost over, but it'd be good to really hear from him. Any comments on social media?
Could Funky Flex says, when we approach the checkpoint, I think he answered that. When we approach the checkpoints with the police not properly dressed or security personnel not properly dressed, what should we do?
And let me just read what he said. He said that if there is a marked vehicle, there's a possibility there are police, then you stop. But if there are no marked vehicles, it's dangerous for you to stop because you can't be verified that they're police officers because they're supposed to be in their proper uniforms. They are there, then you don't have to stop. Any other comments?
That's all.
That's it? Okay, I think we can wrap up the show. We're really trying to. Okay, hello, CSP, are you there?
I'm back.
Oh, fantastic. Did you hear my question when you went off on TV?
I did not.
Okay, let me tell you what I asked. I was concerned about the children who are coming home for holidays, meeting up with their friends, going to clubs, and just even the children in Nigeria also going to clubs, having a great time for the season. And then they come in and the police comes, rallies people, and they round up the kids and take them to police saying that, oh, there's allegations of maybe drug use or something. What can our teenagers or our youngsters who are going to parties, and even adults going to parties during this season, what should they look out for at the clubs and parties that they might have to leave or excuse themselves before the police comes? Or what can a parent do in case where police rounds up people? What are the procedure in getting your kids back home? Could you just give us an idea?
Yes. Let me clarify this. We have just told you now that we are going to have heavy deployments across the country. There is no how we will not be coming across police officers and men on the road. I want to appeal to our young Nigerians that when you come home and you want to go and seek your fun, when they stop you, please stop for them. Most times you see that these people are traveling is within the town, within cities, big city like that. We always have issues like this. When you are coming from the club, the impression is perhaps you are high to an extent, and you are high to an extent, and you want to charge, you want to do this. Please don't do that to any security operatives on duty. Attend to them, respect them. But if you think the argument is odd, don't argue with them. Even if they want to take you away from that point, it's even better for you to go to their formations. If they say, okay, let's go to the station, go. I always tell people, when you want to go out or you want to live well and you want to be more secure in the country, you don't want unnecessary harassment from anybody, contact us. People have been contacting us. We have shared numbers of officers to everybody. Call us. We always ask them questions. Okay, these men, what have they done? We know the language. We know how to handle them. Don't fight anybody. Be polite with them. Don't be rude to them. Don't let them hold you by your words. That is the truth. When they are abusing you, don't even abuse them. Just be calm. Because you know you are definitely going to get across to us. I don't like situation whereby you are fighting policemen and you are calling me to come and intervene. You are fighting road safety officials, you want me to come and intervene. You are having fighting last month, you want me to come and intervene. To be begging them on phone or what, or to appeal to them, no. Let us be courteous when they approach us. We are going to circulate numbers of all the DPOs, area commanders.
Circulate numbers where? On social media, where? Where?
Everywhere. Every platform.
Everywhere is not anywhere.
Social media platform.
Okay.
It's everywhere on social media platform, for individuals, to groups, platforms, WhatsApp platforms. We have shared enough number of people have some.
All right.
But for those that are coming into Nigeria from abroad now, we are going to recirculate this for them to have these phones handy and talk to us. But the major thing is that when they stop you on duty, do not engage them on unreasonable activity.
Thank you so much, CSP Olumuyiwa Adejobi. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. As he said, when they stop you, please stop. If they say they're going to take you to the station, please follow them. Just make sure you have 1 or 2 people along with you. But the important thing is go, because it's better that way. And let's also tell our wards that are coming home to respect the rule of law in our country.